All right, moving right along to the main event of the evening, Bader, Fedor 2. So these two fought back in January of 2019 with Ryan Bader defeating Fedor Emelianenko by TKO in round number 1 at the 35-second mark.
Yeah.
So, real quick, Bader, the 39-year-old out of Tempe, Arizona, 30 wins, 7 defeats, 1 no contest. Of his 30 victories, we have 12 by knockout. Add 3 subs to that. Fedor wins many points. Speaking of greatest ever, if and when we have the greatest ever either men debate or greatest ever heavyweights debate, Fedor certainly will have many, many points on our lists. Fedor is the 46-year-old out of Russia, 40 wins, 6 defeats, 1 no contest, 16 knockouts, 15 submission victories. He is coming off back-to-back wins over Quinton Rampage Jackson and Tim Johnson. Okay, Omar, start us off here. Give us your assessment and your pick of Bader versus Fedor.
So, it is... that 35-second loss is quite annoying to watch because Bader's striking is I hate it, right? So to watch him throw this ridiculous ass jab to knock down and eventually knock out Fedor is annoying. That can't happen again, right? Like we can't lose via jab a second time to the same man. So I'm going to assume this fight is going to go the way the first fight I ultimately thought would go. I do think Fedor has enough takedown defense to stop Ryan Bader's takedowns. I think Ryan Bader tries to implement speed and movement against Fedor more than power. I think that works all fine and well, but I do think that if Fedor catches Ryan Bader, I think Ryan Bader goes down like a sack of shit. So I'm going to go with Fedor KO round 2.
Wow,
I don't like Ryan Bader. I've explained this to you guys many a times.
That's true. That's true. All right, Bader's pretty big favorite. He is minus 340 to defend his title. Fedor is plus 260. Here we go, baby. My man Fedor, the legend, the heavyweight GOAT in my book, with a chance to walk off into the sunset as the Bellator heavyweight champion. And to be honest, I don't care that it's Bellator. I don't care that their heavyweight division is one of their weaker divisions. I don't care that it's against a career light heavyweight in Ryan Bader. If Fedor manages to pull this off and claim the Bellator heavyweight championship in his retirement fight at age 46, that's fucking awesome and only enhances the heavyweight GOAT argument for Fedor. With all that said, it's a lot to ask. These two have fought once before, as we said. We all know what happened. 35-second TKO for Ryan Bader. And that was without Bader even using his wrestling. So the matchup is an uphill battle for Fedor for sure. As for the size, these guys match up pretty evenly, at least on paper. Bader's 2 inches taller, but Fedor has a 2-inch reach. Granted, now that Bader has committed to heavyweight and kind of said he's leaving light heavyweight in the past, I'm curious to see how heavy he comes in. I wonder if it's more than we've seen. I do think it's the right career move for him. I think heavyweight Bader seems to take shots way better. You don't see him wobbling on random shots the way he does at light heavyweight. So I don't know if it's something about having to cut and dehydrate himself, but he always seems to take shots way better at heavyweight. His speed helps him in this division. I think it's the right place for him at this point in his career. But at the same time, he's 39 years old. Like, he was 35 in the last fight. So 39 to 35 is a much older Ryan Bader. And, of course, Fedor is 46, which is ancient in MMA terms. But, like, he's been this version of himself for a while now. And he's kind of been doing fine with it and used to how he needs to fight. Like, Bader is a little newer to being older. Like, he's a little bit slower. He's a little bit less reactive. So I actually think that compared to their last fight, that Bader's aging is more of a significant factor than Fedor's aging, because I kind of view Fedor largely the same. And I do think he can get this done. And obviously the books and the bettors think he's got a shot too, because I thought these lines could have been a lot wider, and it seems like Fedor is at least getting some respect. So I like to see that. And the man's hand speed is still there, and his power's still there. That combo that he just knocked out Tim Johnson with in his last fight was fucking chef's kiss, legendary prime hand speed from Fedor, which was always one of his best weapons. The danger is absolutely still there. And Ryan Bader is absolutely still a guy who can be timed and can be clipped. Can Bader KO Fedor again? Sure. His chin is not what it once was. That's for sure. Can Bader come out and wrestle fuck Fedor? Yeah, I think maybe he can. And to be honest, I think he probably should. Not saying that's like a route to definitive victory, because we all know the judo and the scrambling of Fedor. So it would be interesting to see what magic he still has in those hips at 46 years old. But I do think the smart path is for Bader to just come out and wrestle a lot. But if you've ever watched this show, you know what I'm picking, and it ain't that. Bader comes out, he's too comfortable, he wants another knockout, and he gets fucking comboed into next week. First round knockout, the champion now and forever, Fedor, the last emperor, Emelianenko. And by pure chance, I just realized as we were, an hour into this show, that I didn't have my Pride hat to say Pride Never Die for Fedor, but I fucking have on a Pride t-shirt, Pride Never Die.
Well, so you said Fedor knockout?
Round one.
Round one. Omar, what'd you say?
I had Fedor knocking out round 2, I believe.
Okay, this is one where I'm not going to pick with my heart. And I'm going to pick with my head. Fedor is too old. I know that he is 46 years old. I know this is something I know. Or at least it's something that I've read on the internet and I trust it. I think Bader has too many ways to win over Fedor at this point in Fedor's career. If this was 10, 15 years ago, oh my God, I would be, doing the sign of the cross and praying for Ryan Bader. At this point, I mean, Bader, I keep second-guessing myself. Bader is no spring chicken himself either at 39 years old. But at this point in their careers and their recent bodies of work, I'm going to go with Ryan Bader. I'm going to go with Ryan Bader by TKO, because if Fedor is going to lose, that's how he's going to lose. So I will say that it's not going to be a 30-second loss again, but I will say that Bader is going to knock out Fedor towards the end of round number 1. But Emelianenko is still going to get a standing ovation by everybody in that arena.
No, let's hope he doesn't get glovered.
What? Everybody leaves?
Fucking rude in fucking Brazil. I get it. They were in their bag. Both of their champions walked away with nothing. So I get it. They were upset. But real dick move there. You all knew Glover was going to retire. We all knew it.
Yeah, nobody commented from Brazil to explain. I wanted some comments.
Well, boys.
I should mention as well, real quick, Ryan Bader knocked out Fedor with a left hook, not a left jab. So I just want to make that little correction there.
I just messaged you guys in our chat the rankings averages for our women's rankings.
How'd you do it?
I just did it real quick.
Yeah, but we didn't. We would have to say where we ranked our honorable mention people to figure it out.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I just kind of threw a random.
Oh, you just gave them all 11s?
I gave Carla a 12 for somebody. I don't know why.
Okay. I mean, it's still interesting to see. So you were doing this while we were doing the show? Damn, you're not paying attention to the show.
Just real quick. Did it multitask.
Interesting. Like it.
That's
cool.
Fedor, if there's one thing Fedor needs to do in this fight that he didn't do in his last fight, he needs to put his fucking hands up. This thing where he walks around with like bare hands.
He ain't doing that.
Dude, he always
here.
does, man. His
I
hands
get
are at his fucking hips. Always.
I get it, but that's why he lost to Ryan Bader in the first round.
It's because they're so fast. But yeah, now they're not quite as fast as they once
Like
were.
I need him to actually look like he's trying to block something. Something. You can't let homeboy keep touching your chin like that if your chin's gonna just snap back and forth. So hopefully he does a little bit more hands up, because I know that like old man shit is what he does, but we need him a little bit tighter.